Only touch greatness.
This is high definition of the Unconventional Kingz.
And this is Low Key, the wizard of the Unconventional Kingz. And we're on the Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Only Touch Greatness podcast.
It's lovely, man. I just want to say this right now, since we about to air. Unconventional Kingz, motherfuckers, is finally on the motherfucking show.
Man, it's crazy how that phrase is catching on, man, because it actually was just a part of a song that I said. We got a song called USA where we saying some stuff in there that, you know, is really offending both sides, I think. And I just, in the hook, I was just like, man, Unconventional Kingz, motherfucker. And it stuck. Like we got like 60-year-old ladies walking up to us at shows just like, Unconventional Kingz, motherfucker. And I'm like, wow, man. They like, we say it in front of our kids and everything. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, we've been meaning to do this for a while, so we're thank you for finally making this work. So
right.
I've watched episodes of your guys' show as a fan before I had ever even wrote anything or did anything. You know what I mean? So I'm really aware of everybody that you guys have interviewed. I know that, you know, there's some select company, you know, for you to bring us on with Crooked Eye really early on was, you know what I mean? He gave us some wisdom, you know, let us kind of know we was on the right track. So we're appreciative, and we're so honored that it's finally us. We gonna talk about us for a minute now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right, and that's the thing, man. And that's the thing. This is all comes with blessings for real, because just having that energy, just knowing that y'all was watching it, and I'm just like, damn, it's dope, because we all, you know what I'm saying, we're coming to something that is never been done before. It's been like something that people need on podcasts. So, and just having y'all, you know what I'm saying, as that, you know what I mean, is great, because people gonna be like, oh shit, them bad motherfuckers was on I Only Touch Greatness. But like, hell, motherfucker, yeah, they were.
Man, I know I'll let him react to that. That's mind blowing to me. We had somebody say that at a radio station recently, so that's crazy to hear.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's true. So, okay, well, first question I got for you is, when did each of you guys get into music and want to start taking it seriously as a kid?
I was like, I started messing around with instruments when I was like 9 years old. I wanted to be a drummer because that was the only thing I could do naturally, was I could like separate my limbs and like keep a beat. But my parents said, nah, you got to play something with the volume knob. So my dad busted out his old dusty guitar and amplifier, and I started playing around with that. It wasn't until I was about like, I think like 16 or 17 where like I started to see like enough growth, and I started taking it more seriously, and I had more time to sit there and like play and like learn that I really thought, well, you know, there's a possibility that I could, you know, eventually do something down the road or whatnot. But yeah, it was pretty young.
I started music in March of 2020 during COVID, man. I've always been around music most of my life. And as I say that, I'm getting a call from Travis O'Gwen. Can you guys still see us?
I can see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting a call from Travis O'Gwen. Sadie, do you have Travis's contact? Mm-hmm. Can you tell Travis that we're on an interview with Only Touch Greatness podcast, and then I'll hit him in just like, you know, when we finish.
That's
I'm sorry about
like,
that,
you know, just having stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, excuse me real quick, I'm talking to another boss, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know you're getting good, you know what I mean? What you're doing.
You know what? You should and what's crazy is that you would never, ever, ever not get Travis's call. But he also, I know if I was one of his artists, he wouldn't let me interrupt an interview to go take a call from somebody. So we're not doing it to y'all either. Shoot.
That's right.
But what I was getting ready to say is that I've been around music my whole life, man. My parents were professional musicians. My father actually, they started a band in 1963. They had two separate residencies, one at Caesar's Palace in Vegas, one in Lake Tahoe, Caesar's. He used to do a show called Elvis in Living Color as a black, he would never be an Elvis impersonator, but like a tribute show. And he was a world-class guitar player, you know. And so in March of 2020, me and this guy who had been working together, we've been working together at a job, and we had shared our appreciation of different kind of music, and he would beat on trash cans and I would rap verses that my favorite MC, tech stuff.
Yeah.
And so COVID hit, and he was like, man, I'd do it with you. So in reality, man, he's the one that's kind of taking the chance because he's a seasoned musician, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey man, I think I can rap, and I think I can carry a tune, and you know what I mean? So March 2020, I wrote my first rhyme. It was on a song called All We Need Is, or what was it called?
All we need is love.
All We Need Is Love. Yeah, it's called All We Need Is Love. And it was, the bars were about COVID and being separated from your family and all that kind of stuff. And that was the first time I heard my recorded voice ever. And I recorded it on this Shure internet microphone in my car at like right in front of my steering wheel, like trying to be as quiet as I could. And I rapped the verse on there and I heard it. And then after that, we did that on an iPad in my kitchen. With no, obviously, terrible place to try to record any kind of vocals, terrible place to try to record anything, but he plugged the guitar in and we found a little connector, and that's how we recorded the song. And then shortly thereafter, I turned a room of my house into a studio. We had several different iterations of the studio to where we have it today. And I learned all that music through him. I learned it through Lex Scratcher, Tech N9ne, people that I knew in the music industry that just kind of helped accelerate and help me break the curve a little bit.
And seeing that this is also a sports podcast, did you either of you play sports growing up?
Yes, I played everything under the sun, and I still do play everything under the sun to the best of my 45-year-old bones.
Yeah, beer league.
What's that?
You played beer leagues then?
You know what? I played U-Trip and I played ASA softball for a while. And at high levels where the guys start taking it super seriously, and guys want to fight and stuff like that. They got to test the bats and make sure the bats aren't shaved and all that. But yeah, I played everything, and we watch. Man, he's a Cardinals fan. He's an Arizona Cardinals fan. He's an all Arizona sports team fan. I'm an all Kansas City sports team fan, with the exception of basketball, where I like the Suns because we don't have a basketball team in Kansas City anymore since the Kings left way back in the day.
I know. No, I know about that.
I heard that B-Style was going to slide on us.
Yeah, I expect them. I talked to him about 20 minutes ago.
I know. I text him, right? And this is the thing. I text him. He didn't pick up the phone. And 9 times out of 10, when he don't pick up the phone, he's mad busy, or he's doing something. He's gonna, just all of a sudden just come up and pop up. You never know with him.
Yeah,
I brought him up. I brought him up because it was just along the lines of something that you had asked me. He was one of the first guys that I saw write verses to rap in Kansas City because we were living together, and he did music for real. It wasn't even anywhere near my thought process of anything I was doing. I was a business owner. I was like young entrepreneur type dude. I didn't know anything about a studio at all. But yeah, B-Style, that's the reason why he chuckles so hard now when he watches this with us. He came out and saw us on the tour that we were on with X-Rated. Yep. And he was just, you could see the smile on his face. He's like, man, you really rapping into a mic like that? Nobody believes it, man, because it really wasn't ever a thing for me.
I texted him about 15 minutes ago, and he replied saying he's dropping in at some point here. I know that he did come to your guys' tour, and I had that as one of my questions coming up here shortly on how you met him.
I know. It was crazy too, because when he was telling me that he was about to go to there, because I think he had that on live, and I was watching it on Facebook, and it was crazy because y'all could have saw my cousin. But my cousin came down and she's like, oh, yeah, I forgot, I wanted to go meet him because she heard a lot about you. Alicia did. Shout out to my cousin, too, because what's so crazy is you just talking about like writing rap. See, RPQ, Quentin, like me and Q always wanted to, be rappers because of him, you know what I mean? And my cousins in KC. So it was always something that he's always going to have that chuckle because he already knows like everything's coming in fruition that he did, just by, just by networking and being such a wonderful person, because Billy, he's so talented, man. You know what I mean? And he's so wise. You know what I mean? Even when he was a kid, he was like wise like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
man.
such a humble person, and just like, yeah. Go ahead, bro.